Greetings, church at Sun Valley and friends. I promised it wouldn't happen again, and it did. I looked in the mirror, I looked at the scales, and it happened again. 3 weeks ago, the governor shut down the gyms for a second time, but this time, I was going to work out at home. I was going to do push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups. I was going to run. I was going to bike. I was going to work out to my heart's desire. I mean, normally I schedule my workouts at a regular time, but I had a schedule that was pretty open, so I would make it happen. And then the most dangerous word in the human language happened: apathy. I thought, I'll do it in an hour. I'll do it this afternoon. I'll do it this evening. I'll do it after dinner. I'll do it tomorrow. Apathy. You know, it doesn't just happen in our physical world, it can also happen in our spiritual world. As I was studying on Monday, the Lord brought this word to my heart and told me I should warn you, as He's warned me, how quickly apathy can take over. See, this weekend or 2 weekends ago, I went on vacation, and the most dangerous part of my spiritual walk is actually during vacation. See, I have a normal schedule in the mornings. In fact, my dog would tell you, as soon as I get up, he knows exactly where I'm going to be. He goes to the coffee machine where I make my coffee. And as soon as my coffee's done, he goes to the front door. He knows I'm going to the porch where I'm going to spend quality time with the Lord. But on vacation, it's different. I can wake up at a different time. I don't have anywhere I have to go. And sometimes I can find myself, rather than setting aside quality time, instead it's just kind of time. And now I'm busy. Now I got to be somewhere, and I can't just keep working until I feel like the Lord and I have had our time together. I need to go. Apathy kicks in a lot of areas of our lives. And it's especially dangerous right now. See, normally we schedule our time with the Lord, not just in our own time, but we have Bible studies. We have groups that we're a part of, maybe small groups. And then most of us try to set aside a priority time on a Sunday or Saturday to go worship. And if you're a member of the church at Sun Valley forever, it's 9:30. Show up and come and worship. But now things have changed. Many of us don't feel like we can come. Many of us are away on vacation. Many of us are gone. And now it's so easy for apathy to set in. You know, I was talking to some folks recently, folks who had watched not only our church service when everyone was recording, but they'd watched 2-3 others. So I started asking them, well, how's it going now? And what'd you think about the last sermon? And they're like, oh, well, I haven't gotten to it yet. And what had become an intentional process had become, well, I know I can watch it anytime. And then I asked one, and they hadn't watched the last couple. Not intentionally. They hadn't said, Daniel, you're a terrible speaker. I don't want to watch you anymore. It was just, they meant to watch. They just didn't. And in all those things spiritually, I think we find ourselves quickly and quietly falling away. It's one of the enemy's best weapons. See, most of us aren't going to become heretics. We're not going to become atheists. But we can become apathetic. You know, we were reading in 2 Timothy chapter 4, where Paul was kind of becoming disconnected and lonely and wanting community. And in there, he talks about Demas. And he says, you know, Demas has fallen away and become a lover of the world. But in the letter he wrote to Philemon, he called Demas his fellow worker earlier. What happened? Did Demas just one day go, I'm out? I doubt it. I have a feeling it was a course of many days and weeks and months and years where maybe things just, priorities changed. Schedules changed. It wasn't as easy. Maybe Paul was in prison, so there was no one to go around with anymore. And he on his own just kind of lost the intentionality. I joke with my dad because he would tell me, he's retired, and he would tell me now, for a long time, all he had was 2 days. Saturday, which was 6 days, and Sunday. And now the reality is there's just 7 Saturdays for many of us. We can't even get out on Sunday. We don't schedule our service. But I want to encourage you, especially if you're a member of the church at Sun Valley, but if you're a member anywhere, I want to encourage you to schedule your time to worship. Whether you're at home or away, Get on live. Do it when everyone else is doing it, even if that means getting up early. Schedule it. If you can't do that, then set a time where you know you're going to sit down and worship. Find time to do your own Bible study and schedule it. Be intentional. When I was a youth minister, the very first sermon I ever got to preach in the pulpit, the Lord gave me a bottle of sand from a famous camp that in Oklahoma, lots of people had been saved and God's Spirit always moved. And one of the things that I thought was interesting is what made it different? What made that place different? Was it just God's Spirit was there more than any other place? I don't believe so. The difference was when you got to camp, there was no distractions. We were intentional about listening to God's word. We spent time with the Lord, and there we met him. Folks, don't become apathetic. Set aside your time. Schedule it. Don't find yourself looking at the mirror in many months and thinking about your spiritual life and going, what has happened? Have I become a lover of this world? Don't do it. Don't look like me physically. Work out. Spend some time physically, but also work out those spiritual muscles. Go seek God and see him fulfill his promise. If you seek me, you will find me. Love you guys. You be blessed. Hope to see you in person, but if not, you see me 9 o'clock this Sunday. Have a blessed day.